welcome. Today you join me to review this, the Harley Davidson Pan America. Now, I am not a big Harley Davidson fan, let's say. I've never ridden a Harley before. This is totally new to me, this bike. However, they've brought out an adventure bike in 2021, which is this thing. So I thought it's a great opportunity to give it a little test ride, see what I think. Maybe in the future this could be the bike for me, who knows. I thought I'd bring you guys along, share the experience. This would be a relatively amateur review of this bike. I'll give you sort of my thoughts and what it's like to ride and the ergonomics, etc. So if that interests you, stick around, we'll go into it, grab a coffee, see you in a minute. Turning circle is sublime. Great turning circle. Okay, initial thoughts when I first jump on the Harley Davidson Pan Am. Very comfortable, very comfortable. The seat is very nice, I will give them that. I don't think there comes any other different versions of the seats. You get one and that is the one you get, and it's very good, so thumbs up to that. Got nice wide handlebars. The seat height is about 32 inches I think, which makes sense. I've got a 32-inch leg and I can touch the floor just fine. It does have a very good feature on this bike, which is it has adaptive ride height. So when you pull up at a junction, the bike lowers by 2 inches. So if you are a bit shorter in the leg, this bike does cater for that, and it's very handy. I think it's a great idea. One thing immediately I dislike about this thing is the indicator, or the indicator stalk, should I say. The indicator stalk is hidden under here, so it's quite hard to get hold of, and I'm never really sure if it's off or not, because the haptics is not, it's not very clunky. It's a soft touch, and I'm not sure if it's turned off. I have to check the screen to know if I've turned it off or not. Riding this bike, it's obviously got a 1252cc V-twin, pushes out 150 horsepower, which is quite a bit for an adventure bike. Obviously the main competition of this bike is the GS, and you could say KTM's Super Duke GT. That's its main competition, and this is only the second year that Harley's had this bike released. So obviously when you buy a bike from new, or a bike that's just been released, they're going to have their teething issues, but what they are on this are yet to be seen. Maybe the switchgear could be one they could improve. I do like the screen. The screen is easily adjustable. You adjust it with a little trigger here. Quite a nice little clunky, robust adjustment. That's a positive. And the wind blast is not too bad at all. I have seen people that are about 6 foot and above who have no problem at all with the bike and the air. One thing that is quite annoying is this bike has not got a quick shifter as standard. There's quite a lot of optional extras that you can put on it, such as the heated grips, the quick shifter, and various other parts. It does come in two models. You've got the S and you've got the standard. I believe I've got the standard today. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, but I do know you pay a lot of extras. They have definitely got their extras down to a T, where you have to pay for everything these days, which annoys me. I wish these bikes would just come with these sort of things as standard. It's definitely a mile muncher. It's quite a smooth bike. I'm definitely getting a nice smoothness. I thought my MT was smooth, but this is even smoother, obviously. You do have Brembo brakes, front and rear. Very nice. They stop well. Very quiet bike, I will say that. Not much engine noise going on at all, considering it's a big old clunky V-twin, which I like. The TFT dash in front of me here is nice and bright, nice and clear. I believe they did make some changes to that from 21 to the 22 model to make it a bit clearer and a bit better, which is good. As you can see, low temperature. It does have a steering dampener. I believe it's as standard now in 22. I mean, it says 150 horsepower, but let's give it some now and see what it's like. I am in rain mode, to be fair to the bike, because it is a frosty morning. Yeah, I mean, I'm used to an MT10 and this is by far a lot slower, but it's not bad. It's got some punch, it's got a lot of torque, this bike. The switchgear, obviously quite complex. You got heated grips here, which is a nice extra. You got your standard stuff like cruise control, the starter, and you can also connect your Bluetooth and stuff like that on this side, which is nice. Definitely a bike that I could cruise on for a long period of time, no doubt about it. The aesthetics of this bike do divide opinion. I think Harley's done quite a good job, to be honest, of the aesthetics of this bike. It does look a little bit like you know, their classic cruiser bikes, which isn't, you know, I don't really want a cruiser bike. I don't really like the Harley look, to be honest with you, but I'm a roundabout. See if I can find the indicator. There we go, found it. Been told a specific test route that I can take. It's a nice wet morning today. I do like the steering. It's nice and smooth. I wish it had a quick shifter. I really wish it had a quick shifter. And I can hear the tyres, they're so loud. You can buy spoke wheels for this bike. They are another optional extra. I think people that will buy those are just mainly buying them for the looks, really. They obviously are stronger. Or you get the standard forged wheels, which don't look as good. No, by far don't look as good. You'd want the spoke wheels, to be honest. I believe the bike comes in about 3 paint colours. It does have some good technology on this bike. It has lean sensitive ABS, obviously does have ABS as well, and all that jazz. I do like the adaptive lights at the front. It does have a bar at the front which illuminates the direction that you're going. That's a nice little touch from Harley. Feels nice to turn, doesn't feel like a lumpy bike, doesn't feel too heavy. I'm not quite sure the weight, I'll put it up on the screen. Let's change the mode and see if I can change it on the fly. Yes, I can. Sport, don't know what that is. Rain, normal road riding. Instantly a bit more punch, which is good. I like that. My visor is fogging up really badly. My pin lock has had its day. Yeah, I definitely think if you were to take this on a twisty road or a tour, you'd have no problems. It's very nice and flickable. You know, you got nice wide bars. I'm sat quite upright. I do feel like I'm sat on the bike rather than sat, you know, in it. It's you know, very upright. My feet are behind my knees, actually, which is surprising. I actually thought they'd be in front of my knees. I must give a shout out to Sykes Harley. They're the guys who lent me this bike today. I did go to the Birmingham NEC show, to Motorcycle Live, and I was standing in Harley Davidson's stand, and I was like, oh, I never ride a Harley, they're not for me. And the chap heard me, came over, and he's like, do you want to ride a Harley Davidson? I want to change your mind. I was like, okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And yeah, that's why I'm here giving this a little ride. The mirror's good, they're massive. I can see a lot out of the mirrors, a lot more than I thought I could see, to be honest. Yeah, nice engine, nice punchy engine, nice and torquey. which I like. Obviously I can't go too mad today because it is 0 degrees and the roads are really greasy today. It's a really nasty day to ride a bike. I'm the only motorcyclist I've seen out today actually. I think I'm going the right way, not entirely sure. Gravel everywhere. You're definitely not going to upset anyone riding this through town. I'm not sure if it comes with any optional extra exhausts. The one it's got on this one at the moment is very quiet. I can hear the engine more than I can hear the exhaust. Yeah, the indicator really bugs me. There's not really a good haptic feel on the indicator, so I'm not actually entirely sure if I'm indicating or not, to be honest with you. That would really bug me. And the horn is right by the indicator too. So I even got warned at the dealership you might hit the horn when you're trying to cancel the indicator. So something they definitely need to address. Going back to the looks, it might divide opinion. The front is very unique. It does look quite, different to most of the things you'll see on the road. Gear changes are nice. Feels, secure, clunky. I do wish I had a quick shifter though. The S model does come with these handguards. Maybe I am on the S model, I don't even know. But I believe they come as standard. Not entirely sure where I am right now. Feels nice and planted, very comfortable. I think I am on the S model because it has the guards as well, the crash guards on the side. They come on the S too. Let's do an overtake here and see what it's like. Oh yeah, it definitely gets moving. 150 horsepower will get you moving. So guys, if you're interested in one of these, you've probably got the main competition, which is, like I mentioned, the GS and the KTM. You might be looking at Triumph Tiger 2. It's a tricky one. I don't know if Harley have done enough to keep up with those guys, to be honest with you. I think they've made a good effort though. I was told at the dealership that there's been about 7 or 8 GSs this year part exchange for one of these. So if you want to change, this is definitely going to give you that. You're definitely going to have a nice, different experience with a V-twin, and obviously you've got the looks of this Harley. It's very comfortable, don't get me wrong. I think Harley do a great job of making comfortable bikes. Nice and flicky. The tyres this thing comes with, I'll put up on the screen. I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head. Apparently they were designed for Harley, specifically for this bike. But I don't think they're, and I think they do the job well, but I think if you wanted to go a bit more off-roady, you're probably going to want to upgrade to something a bit more chunky. I've got the microphone in my mouth right now. It's not the pleasant experience that I was after. Yeah, the wind blast is alright, not too bad. I can feel a little bit of wind, but it's definitely doing something, as you'd expect from a screen this big. You could munch a lot of miles on this bike. I'm in no discomfort whatsoever. Handguards are good. No wind blast, but I do have heated gloves on today, courtesy of Glenn. Thanks very much. I'm wearing the Kai 701s. I will do a review on these. I do think in a couple of years' time this bike will be even more of a contender against the GS and the KTM. I think I'm glad Harley have moved away, well not moved away, but they brought something new to the game, new to the table. I do think it needs to be a little bit more refined. There's obviously a lot of luggage options you can get on this bike, and a lot of other sort of things you can buy optional extras wise.
Unfortunately guys, that is where my SD card decided to give up on me. Thanks very much for watching. You tell me what you thought of this bike. Feel free to drop a comment down below. Did Harley Davidson nail this first go? Is it enough to beat the GS, the Tiger and the KTM? We shall see. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to give me a sub. Also hit that like button and the notification bell so you'll know when I get next upload my video, as I will upload them every week. Thanks very much again guys, ride safe, and I'll see you on the next one.